Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry, I hit start recording and then like my brain just turned off. I don't know what I was thinking there. It was a good run last time. It just fell apart. You know what? Let's have a little bit of fun here. What the heck is Tainted Eden? 091QQF6Z. I believe the thing with Tainted Eden, as you're seeing for yourself in the moment, is that every time you take damage, basically, I think you get D100'd. I think your whole run gets, like, hard swapped. Now, I will say, and it's not a super popular decision, but they did change the way that the D100 works now, so you tend not to, like, always use the word agglomerate, even though I don't know if I'm using it properly. You can still agglomerate consumables, for example. Like, because we started with the 5 bombs from Remote Detonator, we still have many bombs. But transformations, HP, stuff like that, I believe are a little bit more likely to be re-rolled, or maybe guaranteed to be re-rolled, which essentially means that you know, you can't rely on the old D100 strategy of basically just getting the maximum number of items possible, and then, you know, every time you reroll, you're in my opinion, people always oh my god, oh hey! Alright, I'm back. Am I back? I don't know. We've been having some, like, testing done in our building. For, you know, the safety systems and fire and sprinkler and so on and so forth. So occasionally I'll be pausing the video, you know, because you don't want to subject you to 20 minutes of testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Now, you know, I could be a little cynical. Well, the only thing that I would have liked is maybe if they had, like, let the rest of the people know that there was gonna be the testing, because, you know, they did the testing like last week too, and I was like, it's done, and then they're doing it again today, and I'm like, maybe I just throwing that out. Hey, look, I don't want to lose all my stuff, possibly lose my life in a fire, so I do appreciate the testing being done, don't get me wrong. Dude, I don't know. Do we go alt path? I don't know the strategy for this character. It's no big deal. It's not like it's okay, look, I'm taking it too far. What I was gonna say is it's not like it's COVID and everybody's working from home anyway, so, like, surely you're not interrupting anybody by doing this. But regardless, okay. Look, we're just gonna, instead of saying what I want to say, I'm just gonna say what I should say, which is thank you for the safety precautions and so on and so forth, okay? As far as this run goes, I have no idea what we're trying to do. You know, I can't in good conscience say that this is going to be an alt path run. I can't in good conscience say we're going to try to do Mega Satan or, you know, Boss Rush or whatever. It's really hard to tell when you're Tainted Eden. I think you're kind of just always adrift. Now, I will say, you know, I was talking about it last episode, I spent so long in the Zane, that to some extent I'm very comfortable with the uncomfortableness. I'm very comfortable with the discomfort. I find awkwardness, not that awkward, I suppose. I don't mean to brag about it, but I think it's one of those things that, you know, when people tell me, oh, I can't watch, like, The Office, it's too awkward, I'm always like, dude, that's not, like, that's second-hand embarrassment. You don't have embarrassment, like, on the first hand that's close to the levels of The Office? Like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's, two different kinds of people in the world. People that, you know, have met Michael Scott in real life, and people that, can't watch Michael Scott fictionally because he's a little too awkward for them, you know what I mean? Go ahead and hit me, and then just kill me, so I can get my satisfaction. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I don't know if these stats will persist, but if they do, that's a pretty good get. The other thing is, like, I'm pretty sure I actually want to get hit so we don't take Birthright down to the next floor. We did just lose 40 damage there, but I genuinely think it was the right play. So the discomfort of a Tainted Maggie run bothers me not. I find myself unperturbed by its Zane, and I'm ready to go. Oh, I see we have Taurus here. They recently have added more hops. The hard thing is just, I guess, like, not getting attached to the run, right? Because, like, I mean, the way that I think you have to win this run, or, like, the best way, would be to just get a run that's so unbelievably overpowered that it makes it plausible for you to never get hit while you have it. That's not a guarantee, you know? Even with the D100 in the way that it used to work, that was never, like, you know, something that was preordained to come to pass. So I really don't know how this goes. But we'll figure it out together. One thing I do know, if you put me in a room and you were like, hey, fight Mom's Heart or fight 4 yellow flies that go around you in a circle, and the only thing that mattered was not getting hit, I would rather fight Mom's Heart than fight those 4 freaking flies in a circle, dude. Genuinely. Now, if it was based on time, obviously that'd be a different story. Clicker is always such a weird item for me in this situation, because I'm like, you know... Sure, let's... Oh, we can take them both. That's so stupid. Because it's great. We're gonna lose them, but it's great anyway. I think I put that down there by accident. Don't get tricked. Well, what I was gonna say is, like, it's so weird because I'm like, I don't want to use Clicker. If I was gonna use Clicker, I would have just done it at the start screen where I wouldn't have picked up Tainted Eden. I would have tried to make a different character work. So, I don't mind getting hit here, I suppose, but I mean, Sackboy is kind of an incredible item. At some point we're gonna come up with a strategy for this that goes beyond just don't get hit, or maybe we'll accept that just don't get hit forehead is actually the right play, and then we'll figure it out, but just absolutely terrible bomb. But for now, we're, you know, we're locked in here. There you go. That's easy enough. If you'll excuse me, I would like to place a bomb right next to you. And then, did you hear a cash register noise, or am I losing my mind? I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe the voice on the speaker was not actually a voice on the speaker. Maybe it was a voice in my head that said, testing 1, 2, 3. NL, we're trying to reach you. You've been in a coma for 9 years. Oh, yeah, there's the cash register. Your plane from Seoul to Vancouver had an accident. Are you okay? You've been in a coma since 2011. That'd be, you know... You ever think about that? Yes and no? It's pivotal to the plot of the movie Vanilla Sky, if you've never seen it. I was talking about it on stream, man. The people were like, what if, like, you were in a coma? Would you want to wake up? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Don't wake... right now, don't wake me up. If the dream starts going sideways, please put my hand into a bucket of water. Wait, isn't that what they do when they make you pee your pants? I don't know. Wait, go ahead, prank me. If I'm in a coma, what do I care, man? Hit me with some sick pranks. We got the clicker again. Hello. Hello. I'm not owned. I'm not owned. What am I doing, by the way? I'm trying to get to the super alt path, dude. Duh. Is it working? I don't know, okay? Well, we gotta do this first, at least. Okay. Take me down here. But I don't know, to be honest with you. And this is a little advanced maybe for, oh jeez, we've been hit once already, just relax. It's not advanced, but it's a prickly conversation for like a YouTube Isaac episode, but we never shied away from topics of metaphysical import here. That's a joke. Okay, that would have been pretty bad. I actually felt like an electric shock in my foot when I almost touched the mimic there. I was like, I am gonna die. And my brain sent a signal through the autonomous nervous system, punishing me for that one. Okay, so obviously we get the knife piece. I kind of want to get another item from the boss if we can. Because I think the more items you have, the merrier. Even in a situation where you know you're not going to be able to keep them. But we may not. I'll see. Anyway. I don't know. I think, you know... Well, you know what would suck? Is what if you were like, wake me up? You know, you were having like a good coma dream. And then someone was like, you know, they came and they narked and they tattled. They're like, this isn't real, haha, forehead owned. And then you woke up and then it turned out that Elon was right and we actually do live in like a simulation. And we're just like some alien's little like pet rock sort of, you know, like ant farm. You woke up from your cool dream just to enter a real world that was fake to begin with. There you go. You could make a movie with a premise like that. I'd rather live in my own simulation, I think, than some weird alien simulation. Hey, aliens! What are you watching me? Aliens, watch this! You can't see. I'm giving the middle finger to the ceiling. Yeah, get him, get him! Frick you, aliens! Watch this! Ah, la 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 la. Sorry, I was sticking my tongue out at him. I bite my thumb at thee. Anyway, just you know, wisdom to think about. What do you got in here? Nothing of value, huh? Check this out, though. Look at that. Wow, man. He do be zooming. We have no bombs. But that doesn't mean we're at the end of our, doesn't mean we're at the end of our alt path chance here. Just means that we need to get some bombs on this floor to make it happen. I will say, by the way, I'm not really attached to the alt path on this one because I have no idea how it's going. I don't know how to plan for, I don't know how to plan for it, you know? I do see we got pyro, but, it's, it has not actually manifested itself by giving us bombs, but that's okay. Box of spiders, again, I would say cool item, don't get too attached to it. In all likelihood, we're not going to stick with it. And again, you know, just when you think... I'm a stable person on, like, a mental and emotional level. No doubt about it. When it comes to physical balance, quite unsteady, you know? I was talking about it a couple of months ago with my chat, and I was like... level with me. How often do you stumble when you walk in public? You know, like when you trip over your own shoes or something like that, or hit your foot on like a, you know, the edge of the sidewalk because it's uneven or something like that. And people were legitimately like, I don't know, maybe like once every 6 months. And I was like, really? Because I think what the heck is happening? I'm dead? I'm alive? I don't know what happened. Legitimate, like if I'm out for an hour, I will stumble one time with 95% confidence. And I think, you know, it's been that way since I was a child. So what happens when you're wearing size 22 shoes? And walking like a weirdo? Why not, right? Why not? Let's do it. To family in a tradition of sorts. Okay, are we ready here? I don't know because I don't know what's happening on the run. I suppose. To friends. Oh, I remember. We left this room because I got stun locked. Okay, well we don't have bombs. Let's go try to find some. So I think that you're like, where are you going with this? Well, I think that living in, you know, a life where I stumble from time to time has led me to be okay with this discomfort. It's a very roundabout and obvious, you know, stretch to try to figure out how to create commentary from a run where you are never ever stable, but you know, still a better love story than Twilight. Owned. Oh man. Twilight fans, BTFO. I hate to say it because we got a lot of overlap. People who love my videos also tend to be enormous fans of the film series Twilight, that also apparently had some books, now that I think about it. But, you know, we make fun of everybody here, man. Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey, all sorts of, you know, literary classics. Marcel Proust's In Search of Lost Time, you know, just stuff on that level. Okay, we have bombs now. Again, I wish I had something to say to you for, like, what's this run gonna do? I genuinely have no idea. I hope you're having a fun time watching it so far. We could have died right there for all I know. I hope you're having a fun time watching it so far. I have no idea what, you know, is still open to us as far as, you know, the world and it being our oyster or whatever. We got soy milk on this one, but we're gonna get hit on the way out. Oh, maybe not, because we have Isaac's heart. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we'll get hit while we're just standing here. Okay, well, Isaac's heart is, like, mega annoying. For sure. I know that it's better now, but I do feel the need to stress for the 3 billionth time that better, it doesn't mean good, you know? You could get a 35% on your organic chemistry midterm, and that could be better than your previous result, but that doesn't mean you're getting your degree, you know? I don't even know what hit me. Did I have birthright or not? Not birthright. What's that item called? Well, if that's I was just gonna say I thought we were gonna die in one shot, but maybe not. The item that, you know, you do the Bloody Mary challenge and it comes down and it pops you. It pops you. I have a weird Ludovico technique run here. I think is okay. Never mind. It's okay. All right. How you guys doing? You just chilling? You're dead? Not dead? I can't. Hello? Could you be killed, please? This is like the worst run I've ever seen. You're toasted. It's like the worst run I've ever seen. However, I can't, in good conscience, get hit because I might be on 0 HP. So, or alternatively, I might get hit, turn into a character that has 0 HP, I guess. So, alternatively, I lived. I could get hit and turn into a character that's invincible. Like, I guess. I don't know what to say, right? Like, one thing's for certain, I've taken an awful lot of damage here. And I'm not proud of myself, but also, like, you know what this is? This run is a great approximation of what it feels like to be on a bicycle going downhill. It's fun. You're like, I'm having a great time. We've already been in there, right? Maybe not. Never mind. But you're also like, oh, by the way, if you don't slam on the brakes, immediately you might find yourself in times of trouble. By the way, I know, here's the deal, right? You might be like, why'd you take Spoonbender there? You had other options. I mean, it's not gonna last anyway, so I don't know, and see, there it goes. That was my own fault completely, but I don't really know if there's like a principle that you can adhere to on this run when it comes to picking items. If there's more strategy to this character, we'll try to figure it out, you know, over time. Or maybe we'll just make it work on this run for all I know. I don't know. What I do know is I'm excited by the prospect that these tainted characters provide us with. Always a surprising amount of strategic depth. Remember when we thought, and by we I mean like, you know, well, I was gonna say just me, but that's not true. I think most people were kind of, I don't want to say skeptical or cynical, but I feel like they were apprehensive or reticent for what repentance was gonna be. You know, like now everybody's like, yeah, of course, That was close. Of course it's incredible. But, you know, back, like, just before launch, people were like, why is it taking, and I apologize, this is not my words, but, you know, why is it taking so long to just make a paid version of a mod that already exists, right? That is not the way you're supposed to handle this room. My mistake. Nowadays, we've seen the error of our words and our deeds. Don't hit me, dude. Okay, that was... forget the coin, obviously. We lived. You love to see it. But back in the day, we, you know... And, I mean, you could forgive us to some extent because nobody knew, you know, what it was going to consist of. Especially, like, you know, they kept the tainted stuff such a surprise. Or such a secret, I should say, which is... You know, you gotta admire it in a way. Because as a game, like, marketer, I guess... When you keep something a surprise, you know, you're not doing yourself any favors for the launch of the game, right? Imagine if they had been like, oh, by the way, like every character has like a tainted version now that completely changes the way that they play. People would have been like, I bet there were a lot of things that the developers saw, like on social media, for example, and we're just like, you know what, come on, Ed, just let me tell him. Just let me tell him, it's not just the mod, Ed. It's not just anti-birth. And Ed was like, no. And you know what? I'm glad they kept it a surprise, because it was a nice, you know, feeling of discovery and pride and accomplishment. Just like when I unlocked Darth Vader in Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $500. I didn't do that, it's just a joke. It's a mere joke. So, I mean, you want to hope we don't die? And that's all I have to say about that subject. I'm a little, I wouldn't say annoyed, like, what can you say, right? Like, the comedic timing was so unbelievably good, it's very hard to be upset by it. That being said, I'm furious. Yo, okay, hold on. Bloody Penny is like, I think we essentially just got the easiest win you could ever ask for in this game. And then, honestly, I'm like buying the red candle as well. I'm sure that red candle plus, like, Book of Virtues here, that's gotta provide you with some good value. Now, the only frustrating part is, like, can we live through this? Okay, that was, I didn't mean to step on the button. You might as well get a wisp out, and you're trying not to lose it. Remember, that's the... You're trying not to lose this wisp. Or any of the wisps, really, but... You're still alive! Great shot, great shot. Okay, keep it moving, keep it moving. Remember, you preferably, I don't want to get too close here. But, like, Bloody Penny actually seems like... essentially, I'm not going to say it's impossible to lose, but... if we can just get ourselves established, we should be in a mighty good spot to have a great chance to win. Takes a lot longer than I'd like for our money to get back up because we screwed up the dang Fibonacci sequence, but there you go, 2 wisps. This one wants to buy you flowers. Let's go ahead now. I've really reached the point where, like, at first I used to admire my own comedic timing. It was completely accidental, by the way. Like, you know, I sometimes you can say things and be like, if it goes wrong here, it'll be funny. But, like, I used to be like, oh, thank God my timing is so... good. It leads to some awesome clips. Now I'm like, shut up. If you want to accomplish something in this game, learn to shut your mouth. Because otherwise the game will... the game bites back, my man. Okay, so I mean, Sprinkler is pretty good too, to be honest, but I'm hoping that Red Candle is as good as it seems like it would be. SMB Superfan, dude, I got no complaints, obviously. I do... oh my... it shoots a fire occasionally? This is like the tolerance break I needed. Because, like... after the last... run, or like not the last run on video, but like literally the run that we just did and died on, like having the opportunity to be, let's just call it overpowered, because I think that it's definitely an accurate description of where we're at. Having the ability to be a little overpowered is for the best. Now the fires are not like incredibly strong, it looks like. And I do keep like, you know, I mean as soon as an enemy touches them, they're all gone, but I still think there's a lot of offensive potency here. You gotta love it. Under all circumstances, you have to hand it to them. We gotta deal with the angel. Dude, I mean, like, here's the deal, okay? This is a great item. It's a really, really good item. Now I'm like, maybe we should take it. But, like, I'm gonna take this instead. And I don't think it's particularly great. We're just gonna get out of here. Head down to the next floor. But I think that it could be fun. I think it could be a fun one. Let's give it a shot, shall we? We're trying to just create some fun. That's what it's, some disorganized fun. That's why doobie 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 doo doo doom da doo doo doo. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Hello, YouTubes. Man, Mystery Guitar Man reference yesterday. Ronald Jenkins reference today. This guy, he's going off. Okay, so don't, you know how it goes. Don't step on the button. We got a great sustain on this run. Like I would never have chosen these items for myself individually if you asked for it, but that's just because I didn't know what I was looking for, right? Now that I see how these items work together, I'm a little bit more like, ooh la la. Also, love to see a Demon Judgment. Oh, hello. In Greedier mode, if you got a lot of HP. If you got no HP, then you're like, this is the worst, this is the worst thing that could have happened, but, you know, we're mighty blessed on this one already. I don't know, it's not, probably 9 volt makes the candle charge faster on Greedier, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'm certainly not the expert on this subject. Are you seeing the fires, dude? Okay, no, I'm now realizing. They do shoot fires occasionally. They also all shoot fires when you shoot a fire. Which I have to be honest with you, I don't really think is that amazing, but it's also, it's not bad. It's a value add for sure, but it's not like, I mean, I guess I expected them all to do the same amount of damage as the main one, which would probably be a little bit absurd. I was gonna say, I'm feeling a little bit, like, ripped off with the, infrequency of Bloody Penny. But, let's just call this, apology accepted right here. I still can't get over the comedic timing, man. I mean, like, the worst part is I could have, farmed up some HP, but then, like, again, I'm, like, you never know, man. The curse of the unknown combined with, oh, by the way, like, you can't see anything at all, like... That's a heavy ask. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I love to be the one to disappoint you. You know what I'm talking? Limp Bizkit, baby. When I... Sorry, this... parental discretion is advised. This video may contain references to music that are unsuitable for young, impressionable audiences. Your viewer discretion is advised. I don't know, so that's Guppy's Eye. We don't care for it right now unless we want to become Guppy. I mean, you want to, but... Eye of the Occult, it just feels cool with, like, these weird brimstone lasers, right? But the downside is the loss of HP, but it also comes with a damage up, which is quite nice. Okay, and that is, speaking of... Here you go, some quite nice stuff there as well. It's painful, that hurts me a great deal. This kills the crab. That's what we're looking for. Okay, Yeah, I'm just gonna take it because it gives us some demon hearts. Never mind. Does it not? Am I losing my mind? I thought it gave us some demon hearts. I'm actually gonna take sack of pennies. And I think I'm gonna save my money. I don't know if 9 volts what we're looking for. I think I'm gonna save my money. Well, if you'll excuse me, just another ring on the doorknob. This is the largest box I've seen in my entire life. I'll be back in a moment. All right, we are back. Just baby-proofing supplies have arrived. Yeah, we're leaving. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah, leaving, huh? Wow. Owen Wilson, remember? He's in Loki. I'm not gonna say remember him. I apologize for the gross slurping sound, but I was in need of caffeination. I stand by my decisions on the last floor, by the way. You might... I'm gonna try just 1 cent. That's all it takes, baby. We're not gonna get many pills. I see the value of PhD, but I think the more tiers, the merrier, man. I do apologize, by the way. One of the recurring things about Greedier mode oftentimes is that, like, I just don't know what the game-breaking synergies are, and this is definitely, like, the kind of mode that's a little bit more about, like, you know, if you just get the D20 or, like, cursed dice or something like that, you just basically run wild. I'm still, I'm figuring it out, you know? I'm not, well, and by figuring it out, I mean literally beating it once with every character and then moving on to the, to what I'm more into, which is, you know, those random... I'm really excited for, like, doing random... I don't even want to say streaks, because, like, that's a little ambitious, but, like, I was watching a little bit of Cobalt Streak streaming, friend of the channel, noted Isaac streamer, and he's got a really good setup. Like, he grinded super hard on Repentance. He's a better player than me to begin with, and he's at 100% completion. So now he's doing random runs, and he spins like a 30 option wheel in order to determine who he's gonna random, because I don't think you can random between Tainted and, like, including both Tainted and non-Tainted right now. And I was like, dude, that sounds amazing. The idea that, like, in a perfectly random, well, it's a bit of a misnomer. You get what I mean when I say what I'm gonna say, which is that you could, in theory, play as each character once per month without overlapping, which is a really neat idea, I think. It's just a lot of, they've done a lot with this game, man. They've done a great job. Some things, you know, I think that, and this is just the internet in general, I think people have a bit of a predilection towards, you know, focusing on the negative. There's some changes in the game I wouldn't have made, like the changes to the rerolls, like the D100, the D4 rerolls and stuff like that. It's not stuff that I would have done, and it is the sort of stuff that when you see it, you're like, oh, come on, man. But I'm a genius, by the way. Look at that. You might say there's no point. Angelic, dude, this could be so cool. Look at this. You might say there's no point, but the more spirit arts we have, if we eventually want to get into a situation, okay, I'm not gonna pay to open that, honestly. And these, I'm like, dude, honestly, I think I'd rather just save up for the next floor. Our money is worth the same then than it is now, you know? I don't really, I mean, maybe, you know what? This one is, I'm gonna do this for the YouTube audience. This one's for the gamers out there. Can I level with you? I thought that was the size of the tiers increasing. And I thought it was gonna synergize interestingly with Angelic Prism. Instead, we just got a good item. Oh no. Well, that's pretty cool too, dude. Hold on. Or maybe it doesn't work at all, but still. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, they did a great job. Donka, donka, donka. Oh, I'm getting dragged on Twitter for ads in the Twitch VODs. I gotta tell you, sorry, I just have Twitter open in the background here. I gotta tell you, I don't have control over the Twitch ad experience. That stuff's all handled by corporate. But I hear you. I mean, dude, I'm not gonna be the... I basically have not run ads at all on Twitch for like a month. I enjoy what ads provide me, for sure. But on Twitch, it's a little different, you know? I much prefer, like... I mean, it's user-supported, so the ads are a much lower percentage of, like, necessity than they are on something like YouTube, where, like, that's the only way to support the channel, basically, financially speaking, at least. But on Twitch, it's always annoying, like, when you go to watch somebody's stream and then as soon as you click on it, you get, like, a DoorDash ad. Don't get me wrong, I understand the company also has to, you know, provide value to shareholders and etc., etc. I understand where the comments are going to take this, by the way. One of two directions, which is like guy whose living is supported by advertisements, doesn't like ads, more news at 11. The other one will be, you know, eat the rich. Either way, I'm just saying, you know, you go, I'm like, hey, time to watch, you know, Cobalt Streak play a stream, but then first I gotta watch a DoorDash ad, and I'm like, oh, come on, man. I didn't know that they were in the VODs, though. That's, I mean, literally, there's no mechanism for control of that I'm aware of. I would absolutely not mind having VODs be ad-free on Twitch. It might be a subscriber-only thing. Don't quote me on that. Beats me. Now on YouTube, I place those there myself. So you can be mad about that when there's a mid-roll 35 minutes into a 70-minute Isaac run. However, the Twitch ones, no. I'm a man of the people. We give it to you, the people. Okay, I should be using the candle a little bit more often. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I got a bunch of spirit hearts because you never know. We might not keep the candle forever. You know, we might reach a point where we choose that this is not a great item for us, by the way, but we might reach a point where we, you know, want a better spacebar item, maybe. I think I'd rather have this. Just work with me for a moment here. We really got to play these demon judgments. That's an insanely good and early payout. Kind of unbelievable. Let's go see what's going on here real quick. That's a really, really good return. I think we go for a reroll. I think we go for another. We're just starting to run up against a lack of time remaining. The run is really good, though. I don't know, man. Like, I'm going to take the damage upgrade. But I'll admit that the D6 could be interesting. I also don't know how it works with the wisps. There's a tinted rock, but there's nothing we could do about it. Shoal. Like, that would be a great reroll target right there. Stapler's awesome. I mean, like, I feel like this run works if we get a way to generate more HP on a boss fight. And that doesn't have to be HP. It could just be via coins, even. So, that hurts. That hurts. So there's a lot of, like, you know, pretty obvious potential for this run succeeding. That being said, a lot of my memories of Greedier mode, of which admittedly I've probably played a little bit less than the average Isaac player, which is a first, but my memories of Greedier mode are that oftentimes you'll have a run that feels great, and then you'll just go get crapped on by Super Greed. So, even, dude, you know what would hit the spot right now? Something like Wooden Nickel. Which will make me believe that I should have picked up the 9-volt earlier, but the Wooden Nickel? Can of corn. Can of corn and I'll be alright. It's a visually very interesting run, though. And I mean, you can also just tell, like, when you're easily killing all the enemies before they can even spawn, or before the second wave can spawn, you're like, I know that we're crushing it right now. Like, we can take out 2 teratomas in under 12 seconds easily. However, you know, Greedier, Super Greed, he's his own beast, you know? Toasted, toasted, toasted. Should be aiming the shots a little bit more, too. I mean, I think if you had, like, the wrinkliest brain in human history, you could probably, and it's a bit of a stretch, but I think it's theoretically possible you could steer your shots into the prism on purpose, and then afterwards try to steer them out. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, steer them all into the prism and then steer them out to the enemy, but... Okay, I'm gonna get real weird here. I'm gonna take Eden's Soul, which actually, now that I look at it, probably would have worked right away, but whatever, so be it. We're gonna... Dude, Red Stew is an incredible item. Don't pick it up yet. I think more HP is worth taking. I don't know about Marrow, but let's do it while we're here. And then we're gonna pick up Red Stew, and we're gonna run... so unbelievably fast to get down to the... No, you can't do this. You can't do this to me. Because remember... no, forget it. We shouldn't have forgotten the penny. It's my apologies. But we gotta go fast. We're on the shop already. Okay, so this is... We don't need to go to item rooms, which is worth something. Just creating wisps, baby. Creating wisps. You love to see it. Every enemy we kill, we keep the damage going just a little bit longer. Now, I actually think that we don't need to really mill our shop here. I genuinely think that the best... We'll go in, don't get me wrong, but I think that the best course of action for us is going to be to just go in there, buy. Like, don't worry about too much finesse. And then just head down to the next floor as quickly as possible and keep this damage bonus just cruising. Because it really is working right now, and we're staying at that maximum damage, I think, thanks to Red Stew, and we're just gonna, you know, try not to have it decay. Both Greed and Super Greed create minions that should allow us to keep our damage... Oh, that was my bad. That should allow us to keep our damage bonus pretty high. If anything, I feel like, you know... If we could just run in there and get, like, a fanny pack or something, like... I'd be a happy man. Or, like, Swallowed Penny is another great example. I've never seen the damage bonus from Red Stew last this long. I feel like it's such an unbelievably strong item on Greedier mode. This is incredible. That's, like, amazing. I really couldn't ask for too much more than that. Give me the damage. Sure, give me the tears, and then I'm just leaving, dude. I'm just out of here. Still got very, very good damage here. Okay, I think we're ready. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna win, but I think that there's... I think we had a very, very blessed run. Monstro couldn't really stand up to the smoke, no question there. Now the damage is decaying. Oh, it's not decaying that badly though, because he's creating some minions in the midst. Boss armor, man. You hate to see it, but you know what? Look at this. Don't even kill the keys. Just wait for the other minions to come out. And look at this damage build. Oh my god. We got like 1 extra damage out of it. It might not seem like that much. I think it makes a pretty big difference to sustain this damage up as long as possible. Remember, you know, the money's giving you... The money's giving you extra HP at the end of the day. I would prefer if you didn't get these, I suppose. I guess Greed always gives you coins when he hits you. He gives you like the Swallowed Penny effect, so it's actually not that big of a deal that when we get hit. You know, we generate red hearts we might be able to use for ourselves. I mean, there's not really that much to focus on right now. Ideally, we'd preserve this bone heart as long as possible. But really, it's just one of those fights... Oh, that hurts. It's just one of those fights where, like, you know, you gotta just stay on it, man. Red Stew is an incredible pickup. It's crazy to think... I don't know, though. Like, I really don't understand how boss armor works. And that's probably, like, so obvious. Keys, please. Okay, hearts we don't love, but... I don't really understand how boss armor works. Like, the more damage you have, isn't it like it's diminishing returns, right? Anyway, losing essentially 0 HP up to this point. Very good indicator for what's coming, I think. Come on, man, my bone heart. All right, phase 2. I was gonna say, dude, like, I should be using bombs here. I forgot. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm remembering now. Like, isn't this the fight where you just, like, fly corner to corner? This seems right. Dude, we're doing damage way faster, too. I feel like I have very vivid memories of, yeah, basically just going from one corner to the other down here. Look at the melting, man. So inspirational. Well, I don't think we got too much to worry about. We're gonna succeed. At least we got some success on this run. Obviously, the Tainted Eden run kind of went nowhere, but Bethany Greedier, I don't think that's her whole post-it note done, but we're definitely closing in on it. I gotta say, Angelic Prism doing some wonderful work as well. This is a really fun Greedier mode run. Like, it's not always my favorite mode. I think that's, like, of an abundant amount of clarity, but I had a good time on this one. Vade Retro. You don't say. Okay. So let's, you know, a little bit of money we can donate here. I had a good time. That's what I'll say about this. I had a good time. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Twitch.tv/NorthernLion for ad-rich VODs. And appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!